As Defence Minister Christopher Pyne visited China, he agrees that China's determination to be the regional superpower in the Asia-Pacific is at the heart of the strategic push. But for Pyne, this shouldn't come as a surprise.
Well, I think it's terribly serious. It's the defining characteristic of our world and will be for the next 100 years. I have a slightly different view to a lot of Australian commentators about the Chinese aspirations to be the other superpower. I think that's perfectly acceptable aspiration. For a couple of thousands of years, the Chinese were the superpower in the Indo-Pacific. And apart from the 150 years of humiliation at the hands of basically Europeans and the Japanese post the Opium Wars up to the end of the Second World War and slightly beyond, China was, in many ways, the hegemonic power in the region. Now, that's changed, of course, and history can't be returned to the way it used to be. But in the psyche of Beijing, being a superpower is their normal position. It is not an unusual aspiration for the Chinese. And a lot of commentators in the West talk about China's rise and their aspirations to be the other superpower as though it's impertinent, which I think is the entirely wrong attitude to have. So the starting position's got to be that China has every right to expect to be the other superpower. So then how do you convince China that the international rules-based order, that a peaceful Indo-Pacific that is lifting all the boats is good for them as well as good for all of us? And I think that is the debate that we need to keep having, because the alternative is really too terrible to imagine.